In this video, learn how to register late for classes using the late registration form in My.IllinoisState.edu. Students use the late registration form to enroll in a course after the 10th day of the spring and fall terms and after the first day of summer session, since online registration is closed at this time for students. The late registration form is also for classes that have not started. You don't need an override, but since you can't register yourself online, you are required to use the form. Students can enroll themselves during the first 5 days of the spring and fall terms, since registration is still open for course adds and drops. During the 6th through 10th days of the spring and fall terms, students can also still register, but they are required to have the late registration allowed override in My.IllinoisState.edu for any course that has already started. For summer session, students must have the late registration allowed override in My.IllinoisState.edu for any course that has already started also. Please reach out to the department of the class to obtain a late registration allowed override. If you are requesting to be added to a course that has already started and online registration is closed, students are required to first have the late registration allowed override in My.IllinoisState.edu. Then fill out the late registration request form. The late registration allowed override is required to be in place prior to submitting the form. The registrar's office cannot enroll students from their end without the override. To use the late registration process, first open a browser. Navigate to My.IllinoisState.edu. Select the Illinois State University Central Login button. Enter your email address in the Sign-in field. Then click the Next button. Enter your password in the Enter Password field. Then click the Sign-in button. Verify your authentication using multi-factor authentication. This will open your My.IllinoisState.edu page. The late registration request form is in My.IllinoisState.edu. On the home page, select the Student Center link. This will open your Student Center page in a new tab. Select the Manage Classes tile. This will open your View My Classes/Schedule page. Select the late registration student link on the left side of the screen. This will open the late registration Add Course form. Search for the class for which you would like to late register on this page. Select the drop-down menu in the Subject Area field to find the subject of the class. For this example, I will select BE Business Education. Next, use the drop-down menu in the Catalog NBR field to find the class. For this example, I will select BE 140 Business Communication. If you have gotten the override, you will see the class appear in a list of search results. Click the Select button at the end of the row of the class you would like to register. A window will display with the message, "Are you sure you want to submit a registration request for this class?" Click the OK button. This will display the class details page. View information about the class you are requesting to register for, such as the start and end date. Scroll down to the bottom of this page. You will see the enrollment status field with a status of Not Yet Submitted. Enter your name in the Confirm Your Name field. Click the slider bars next to the statements, "I acknowledged I am aware of the withdrawal deadline dates," and "I acknowledged that I want to add the above course." Then click the Submit button. The enrollment status is changed to Submitted. Click the Return button to return to the late registration Add Course form. Again, you will see the status of Submitted in the Enrollment Status field. Once your request has been submitted, you will receive an email confirming your submission. You will receive another email once your form has been approved or denied. If you haven't filled out the late registration allowed override, you will see a different message when you attempt to register late into a course. Select the drop-down menu in the Subject Area field to find the subject of the class. For this example, I will select ACC Accounting. Next, use the drop-down menu in the Catalog NBR field to find the class. For this example, I will select ACC 131 Financial Accounting. The following message will display. All courses require a late registration override. Please contact the department. You cannot fill out a request form without this override. If you see this message, please reach out to the department of the class to obtain a late registration allowed override.